Hey guys, we're here with the final video for Dollmaster until the full release of the game. At least I think so. But, yeah, let's just hop right into it. As you see, got some gameplay going in the background, so that's pretty cool. But I have all of the text in front of me here for all the lore stuff, all in the right order. So, yeah, let's just get right on into this. Alright. Deep beneath the foundations of the Dollmouth Inn, your bones begin to creak. Someone is trespassing, disturbing your deep slumber. Your ancient wooden limbs fill with a familiar aching hunger. The price you paid for your black soul to remain at home, trapped in eternal purgatory. You dwell in your sin, consumed by regret. Were there not happier days here when you built this home for the family of your dreams? What drove you to such madness? You would call the fire. Her screams echo eternally inside your rotten heart. You reach for your silk robe and slippers, remnant of your refined life you lived. So much refined life you lived. Yeah, so much wealth and extravagance. Expensive treatments, cruel charlatans preying on your desires. You would pay any price for an heir. When the cost was human life, killing came too easy. You brush away mold and cobwebs, along with haunting memories of your human life long ago, when you built this place for the children you hoped to sire. The souls of untouched toys you carved mocked you, but night will soon fall and you will be a papa. There is little life down here. The decayed bones of forgotten victims barely feed your cursed hunger. Then the familiar purge begins. A crude wooden doll vomits forth and awakens, a deadly offspring to do your bidding. You take your time painting a sweet little face, the trained hands of an expert toy maker. You cannot escape this cell until your family is whole. Someone must love this child as their own. You kick at the old bones here, ghostly memories of your failed marriages, tempted by their young souls, driven mad by their willful wailing, or their false kindness and trickery. Tonight will be different. You whittle a new blade to drown out the agonizing hunger. Desperate for soft bone and fresh souls, you whisper your vengeance to your precious firstborn. Papa will return home tonight to greet his uninvited guests. The eager son wasted no time in finding the intruder here. Arrogant fools that knocked down your walls and defiled your original woodwork. You unearth an ornately carved music box and wind it methodically. At the strike of midnight, this lullaby will silence them all. You let the music lift your soul from the rotting wood you inhabit, drifting into your child to watch and listen to those who trespass here. You let your hatred fuel this one, chasing down the intruder and stabbing him to death with glee before returning to your body. The clock chimes and the midnight feast begins. One glance at your hideous nature can petrify bone. Room by room, you turn your skeleton key and devour each soul in ecstasy. Momentarily sated, another precious child regurgitates from your gaping jaws. The hunger rises once more. Papa is so proud. You admire your creation, a small replica of the man who slept in his bed moments before. It is time to make a sister. The woman is dressed in a Satan ball gown. Such a pretty child for your collection. You bow to her as she tries to run. You spin her petrified form, swallowing your soul in a dance of death. You whisper new cursed rhymes to your growing brood. Papa says there is much to do before sleep comes at sunrise. The remaining guests are in the ballroom, a banquet of beautiful souls to feast on as you seek a mother to complete your new family. The night is still young for the ballroom guests, but who dance and drink and defile your home. You watch from the balcony, cleaning blood from your blade, looking for the one you will take for a wife. An older gentleman passed by, spilling his drink on the stairs. He glances up at you and you devour his soul. You delicately decapitate him with your tool and mount his petrified skull on the balustrade. His final moments of terror preserved for all to see. Fresh bone is soft and quick for you to carve. The faces of your uninvited guests now adorn the wooden walls, a warning to those who dare trespass here. But you keep one for your bride, taking just her eyes to ensure she remains flesh and blood. She is beautiful in her terror, watching your hollow children toy with the night's spoils. You look into her soul and resist the deep desire to devour her goodness whole. The lullaby quiets her into sleep as you choose the perfect carving tool. An eye for an eye. There is a satisfying sound as you pluck out her sight, carve the sockets clean. You skewer her eyes on your fingertips, a delicacy you savor slowly. Your children dance with glee as Mama awakens, a new soulmate for eternity. The halls are deadly quiet once more, and as the sun rises, you store your precious music box and kiss your children goodnight, tucked safely to bed in the nursery. Your blind bride whimpers from the corner as you place the final board, locking her safely within these walls for eternity. You shall join your bride in slumber soon, but your precious inn needs tending. You have the family you always wanted, and you will do whatever it takes to keep them. Next time uninvited guests arrive, you'll be sure to give them a night they won't forget. And that's it. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff for the Dollmaster here. So, one thing that isn't really, elaborated on is it's mentioned towards the beginning that he made a deal, I believe. Let's see actually if I can find the direct quote. Yeah, here you go. You dwell on your sin, consumed by regret. Were there not happier days when you built this home for the family of your dreams? What drove you to such madness? You recall the fire. Her screams echo eternally inside your rotten heart. Which is also, like, that's pretty interesting. That there's some form of fire before he became the Dollmaster and before he was a normal guy, I believe. Although it does mention he was quite rich when he was alive, or at least before he turned into a monster. Also mentions that the price you paid for your black soul to remain at home and trapped in eternal purgatory. So maybe it's something like maybe he had a wife, she died in a fire, and maybe he did too, but he made some kind of deal to make a new family because that's all he wanted to do. And well, we see kind of what happened with that in game, I guess you could say. It's also a safe bet that he was a toy maker as well, which is very interesting. Let's see what else we got here. You can cut this out, by the way. Another interesting thing to kind of bring up here is that it's also mentioned a lot his hunger for souls specifically. So it kind of makes you wonder if he did make a deal with some kind of entity or creature, I guess, and that thing wants souls, and well, he's maybe, or at least that's what it seems like, and if so, maybe he's going around collecting them, and that's why he's so hungry for them. He eats the souls, but rather than him getting filled with them, they're going to this other whatever he made a deal with, which could be interesting, although I'm not sure. I don't have much proof behind that. It's also interesting because a lot of people died here. Well, yeah, from the seams of it, or what it seems. And I wonder if it'll be ever mentioned in the other two movies, if maybe other people heard about this, or like, oh yeah, a bunch of rich people went to an inn to enjoy the grand opening, just to have all of them disappear mysteriously. Which I think is very interesting. Either way, I believe that's everything. In the comments, let me know if there's anything that interested you. Maybe you noticed any mistakes I may have made. And yeah, I'll leave you the rest of this gameplay because I thought it was pretty good at least. But yeah, I'll leave you all with that. And yeah, hope everybody enjoyed. Bye.